Hello everyone, Pally here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. There was a big patch this week that changed a lot of characters across the Nexus, and Deathwing was clearly in the line of fire this time around. We have seen massive sweeping changes across this entire character. For instance, one of them that certainly felt polarizing to me when I read it on paper, we used to have a button that just allowed us to swap in between our Destroyer and Worldbreaker forms. Well, guess what? That's gone. In order to do this now, you have to fly up into the air and then land in whichever form you want to use. Certainly sounds weird on paper, but to go along with it, our flight cooldown used to be 45 seconds. It's been reduced down to just a mere 15 seconds. And we've also seen some big buffs to talents that in the past I felt were a bit underutilized across the board. I am a little concerned about Melee Deathwing. On paper, the changes look scary. I do think he could scale pretty good into the late game with some of his talents. But this is our first time taking a look at the new Large and in Charge dragon in the Nexus, just to kind of get a fresh opinion, see what the janitor was thinking, and see if we're vibing with it. This is not going to be our only look at Deathwing. There are still more talents for us to take a look at. But for now, I would love to know your guys' opinion on the changes down in the comments. Spoiler alert, I had way more fun than I was expecting to have. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, hit that thumbs up button for us, and I'll see you all again very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Tomb of the Spider Queen. The friendly team today, Deathwing, Lucio, and Uberak, Asmodan, and Ghoulish Daniel. The enemy team, Garrosh, Anduin, Abathur, Thrall, and Jaina. I do have some concerns about our team comp. Our sustained damage is just Gul'dan going Q, I think. But I wanted to try out the new talents on Deathwing to see how they feel, which means we're going to grab Dragon Soul. Heals Deathwing for 100% of damage dealt to enemy heroes with our Incinerate, that's our W ability, or Lava Burst Explosion. That is also our W ability, but when we're in ranged form. Now, if you're familiar with Deathwing, you may be noticing that there's a part of his UI that is missing, and that is the button that used to be right here where we would switch forms in combat. Now, let me show you how we switch forms. You have to be out of combat for 6 whole seconds. This already feels clumsy, I'm not gonna lie. Fly up in the air, and then use your W ability to land as the dragon. Hello. Now, until I fly again, I am ranged Deathwing. So that means my W ability is now a slowing pool that deals damage over time. My E ability is a stun that splits into 2 as I send it forward. And my Q ability remains the same. How do I feel about that? I don't know. One of our strongest level 1 talents in the past was Draconic Might. The reason for that is as we lose these armor plates, it gives us a little bit of immunity, which can be super duper important for just staying alive in general. Like you survive through burst damage significantly more if you can become protected by a wave for just a few seconds. The healing from this might be nice, but keep in mind, as we lose armor plates, we lose this 40% of all damage mitigated. As we lose this plate, it'll be 30. This plate is 20, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So, I don't know if this healing will make up for that. The enemy team, as of right now, isn't even matching me in soak. So, we'll see. It's going to be difficult to tell until we can really jump into a team fight, I feel. That being said, these are not talents I'm used to picking, and this whole, like, being able to swap my form only after I fly is very, very jarring as well. It might take a few more games for me to get used to that. We do have a baseline quest that we have done abso-fucking-lutely nothing for that requires us to hit enemies with our Q. No one's playing close enough to me to really do that, which is fine. I'll just keep soaking. I don't care. It is an insane amount of stacking you need to do. I just don't know. I can't see this staying the way it is. I think this is going to be adjusted. It's an insane amount of stacking that you need to be able to do in order to up your Cataclysm damage. Now keep in mind, you don't even have to build around Cataclysm in default Deathwing. Cataclysm it starts by default. Oh, I got the slow. I got the breath. Woo! that was all of my energy. I got 6 stacks. Make that 56. He died. That was convenient. Thanks for dying, Garrosh. That was my entire energy bar, and he almost walked away with just 5 stacks. So I don't even know if this is going to be something I'm really focused on today. I might just be trying to see what our sustain looks like outside of the protected world. Try out some of these ranged talents a bit more. So I should be able to delay this for quite a long time. The enemy team is not quite as stacked as they have been. Yeah, I'll just put this right here. It looks like they want to turn in here. Thrall actually went back to middle, and Garrosh is now taking the off lane, which I am more than okay with. As he steps into my queue, if we were doing the other queue setups, I think with the normal queue build, what you do on Deathwing is just kind of stop and pepper every now and then. You just stop and breathe and then cancel it, stop and breathe and then cancel it. I think that would build up stacks relatively quickly still. We are going to take Firestorm. This was changed. This used to give you ample cooldown reduction on the fly. Now what it does is it allows us to shoot out meteors on enemies when we land on top of them. So if we were swapping stances a lot, or if we were trying to use our global a bit more, let me show you what this would look like. I'm just going to land up top for demonstration's sake. Those are the extra meteors that fall down. Keep in mind that our flight used to be a 45-second cooldown, and now it's a 15-second cooldown by default. So doing something like this and then fucking off back down to the bottom lane might be something that's more in our wheelhouse. And then those meteors will fall on enemies as we land as well. Like, for instance, I can reposition here, no problem, and land on these guys in just a second if we need to. Let me get in his way, actually. Force him out top. Good. So stuff like that is going to be more common now. Again, I don't know how I feel about this. This is my first game. I'm just trying to get the vibe. I did kind of hope that my W ability would do a little bit more siege. It's not... I mean, maybe my W ability shouldn't be the only tool I need to kill a lane. I don't know. The Q into it is fine, and I think that will kill it pretty quick as well. Stun going out towards Anduin does connect. I want to put the slow in his path, but I was a little too slow. You may be noticing this timer. If I'm in combat and I take damage or whatever, it kind of resets me back to a 5-second cooldown now. I don't know what it did before. I think it was less. I think it was maybe like a 4-second cooldown before. I think it's 6 now. Enemy team's getting pushed out pretty far here. Anduin running for the hills. We're going to put a slowdown in their path. A stun over the wall. I'll keep flying. I'll do it. Fuck it. Get out of here. I don't want you to have nice things. And this is how I take them away. We can still get the talent at level 10 to be able to reset the cooldown of the Burn Beneath our Cataclysm. It's called Burn Beneath Our Shadows, the upgrade. We can get the cooldown that lets us go back through the Cataclysm again when we destroy a building. Maybe I just keep soaking. I was trying to look for a spot I could land and be impactful. I think it might be right here. Ghoulish Daniel is currently sieging bottom. So I'll just push up with this. I'm trying to intentionally play way more ranged than what I'm used to because I want to see what the ranged healing of our early game talents is like. I have no basis for any of that. With our auto attack damage being reduced, it does feel like Deathwing is going to be in a bit of a weird spot playing melee until he hits kind of his level 13 and later talents. You know I can't be CC'd, right? Stand right there, okay. The energy not coming back really quickly after using my Q is weird, and I don't think I'm ever going to get used to playing a non-Q build, but we'll see how it goes. It was nice of Jaina just to visit me for a little bit. So I'm going to fly up. I'm going to get my armor back. It looks like my team might be going into a team fight here, and if they do, I want to land behind this building. I actually hope they push up, because I want to do that. I'm going to land behind Garrosh. He should be slowed by that, I think. I have a stun ready to go. And I'm just going to fly over. And then hopefully... Kill it! Kill it! stun going toward... Nah, actually, I'm just going to stop. If that building dies, I get my ult back, and now we can do this. This does increase the dot damage of our ult as well. However, it's like fucking just a... what's the word? Like a spark to the flame, or it's so insignificant compared to what we'd be getting from our pinnacle quest actually being completed. Enemy team is starting to push back in towards us, although that mercenary camp provides us a lot of space to just live our best life. I can stun the minions, cue the minions. With that building dead, our ult gets reset and we can use it again. Friendly team is definitely in charge of the momentum of this fight. Ruination. The Bite of Onslaught now slows by 60%, or more pertinent to us, Earth Shatter's cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds. Oh, it's only a 6-second cooldown now. Nice. Wait, that sounds fun. Sending out more and more stuns sounds really fun. My friendly team is fighting up top, and I don't want to walk all the way up there, so all I'm going to do is dip into the skies and land behind them. Hello. Slow is down. Stun is out. Oh my god, flying. Beautiful setup by the home team. Shit. Okay, I'm just trying to get in front of Anduin here. Stun is out. Slow is out. Q is out. That's all my energy. That was almost enough, dude. That was almost enough. Hey, guess what, guys? See you later. Okay, I can get on board with this. I can get on board with this. I think this is a perfect example of, on paper, the flight changing feels really strange. But I'm just everywhere, dude. I can help with everything. If you're new to the channel, I'm the reason this character exists in the game, by the way. You're welcome. I used to be brought out to all kinds of press events and I would go out to BlizzCon. Every single fucking time I had a chance to ask someone about adding Deathwing to the game, I did. Every single fucking time. I'm saying for like 8 years straight, I was like, hey, can we get Deathwing in the game? And, probably exaggeration. Maybe it was more like 6 years. He's by far my favorite fucking character in WoW IP. I love Deathwing so much. Where do I go? I just assumed I was being swarmed. I almost have Cataclysm, so I think I just land wherever I feel like it. Right here. Hello. I have fucked up. I have fucked up, and I'm leaving. Goodbye. All right, that's pretty bad. Don't do that. That's pretty shit. I'm gonna get Elementium plating. If we press our one ability, it gives us a little shield. Oh, good. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Come out. That's all my energy. No. I feel like this does more. Activate to gain a shield equal to 30% of Deathwing's missing health. I'm gonna fly again. For 8 seconds while the shield is there, Deathwing regenerates 2% of his missing health per second. I like that. Landing behind. Hello. I can cast in just a second. We're gonna put it down, slow down in front of Thrall. He's too fast. I'm just kidding. I should just probably focus up on the building. I can fly after this, and I want to fly towards top because it is dying to... No, you don't, you little shit. You get that mule out of there. I'm gonna have to go up into the air, I think. I want to stay. Shit. Just put on my plating. Because I entered combat, I gave myself a 6-second cooldown on being able to reposition, and they could capitalize on that if I'm not careful. That's a really decent amount of healing. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Middle's almost dead, so I'm up in the air. I'm regenerating. I'm going to land as soon as I feel like I'm over 75%. Especially if my team is pushing into this tower as hard as they are. Hello. Stun back towards the enemy team. I fucked it up. Jaina Blizzard will kill me very, very quickly if I'm not careful. So we're just going to dip out, fly again.
Triple kill.
I can land right on this tower again. That'll give us a Cataclysm. Now we can fly here. Cataclysm this. Fuck that mule. So much mule value. Push this late in and I'll be able to fly one more time. That siege damage isn't bad with the W. That's not bad at all. I don't know where I was expecting to fly. You guys want a boss? I'll fly over it and then leave. Here you go. Kill it. I don't know if we are capable of doing this. With some summons we can. Wait, I can't be stunned. I could just stay right in there. I need to make sure I have enough for the stun just in case this does go cattywampus. Make sure we have enough energy for that. Which we do. The boss is going to be moving down top lane. Friendly team does have enough coins to turn in, so this should cement our win here, hopefully. They don't need mine, so I'm going to start working on my heal. 40 seconds on this, so I'm not going to be able to use it. Jaina alone up top. She can kill me really easy if I sit in that blizzard. Do not underestimate a Proudmoore, dude. We are cruising in on level 20 pretty soon. We're going to hit my shield early. Because I didn't think I could avoid that damage. So, obviously didn't put any emphasis on the Mythic Quest at all. This was not a Q build. I think Q build is still perfectly fine. I wanted to see what the healing and the range setup and the flying felt like. And all in all, that is a very positive first impression compared to what my mind was glooming and dooming over.
MVP.
Good job, guys. Good team colors. I love that my head doesn't even fit on the screen here. Talents we went for in today's video: Dragon Soul, Heatwave, Firestorm, Burn Beneath My Shadow, Ruination, and then Elementium Plating at level 20. I would have definitely gone for Stood in Fire. Enemy heroes are slowed by 40% while standing in Scorched Earth, and its duration is increased by 50%. But Arrival of the God would be really good. You could poke at enemies if you're in the air a bit more. I don't think I would have gone Destroyer. That seems more like a melee setup. I do think that melee Deathwing, this is just off the cuff. I have not tried it at all. I do think melee Deathwing is still going to feel really weird, especially with the damage reduction, but he does have some decent talents that can up his efficiency as the game goes on. Shit, we already did our Deathwing deep dive, didn't we? We're going to have to go back. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button. We'll be back again very soon.